Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Islands of Insight. So I have slept since the last episode, but I am in this weird position certainly where everything I need to do in this area is the matchbox puzzles, and even my luminous quest here is all about doing matchbox puzzles. And yet I can only really put so much energy into that before I have to admit that I have no way of solving it. One thing we did see was that there was some trickiness as far as just like boxes being inside of boxes. So it is possible that there's on a corner here a red box. Seriously, is that it? Is this the level of insanity we've hit? No. We might get to that point though. Might very well get to the point. And see, if I look at the map here, this, I assume, is an island that I guess must be part of this. So let's just go this way and check it out and see if this takes us away from Dryads of the Mist. Yes, it does. Okay. So that did take us away from Dryads of the Mist. That's what I wanted to know. Really should remap some of these keys. Yeah, even if I was using like a gamer keyboard, which I have thought about getting those in the past, I still don't think the controls here would be particularly accommodating. We need to find... Man, is that a whole different symbol? Like, I don't think I've seen that symbol before. Are the symbols changing? That would be weird. I don't know what purpose that would even serve for the symbols to potentially change if the matchboxes are going to be in the same spot, other than to perhaps slightly frustrate the player. That would be about the only reason I could think of doing that. Okay, we've got another piece here. Is there any way you would be able to target anything? I mean, clearly there is. And see, the game is technically doing you favors, it just doesn't really feel like it by having the matchboxes. So that symbol is not this symbol. I'm pretty sure these symbols have shuffled around. It just feels like they did. But also, I can't guarantee that that's true because I've slept in between this episode and the last episode, so it's also totally possible I'm just not remembering things correctly. Symbols are fairly nebulous. And the danger here is definitely that you would get just in this constant loop of being distracted. Okay, I swear we'd seen that symbol. And then we have a symbol there. Then we have a symbol there. Then we have a symbol here. The fact that you have like 3 reds probably says something. We're struggling to find the greens. And so I was able to find a few hidden on the underside of things, and I suspect that's how this is going to play out, is that there are just more hidden on the underside of things. But I could be wrong. These 2 pagodas definitely give you the feeling that they definitely give you the feeling that there's important things to find. I guess that is exactly the case. So it is going to be around corners, it's going to be under places, very possibly not just in the pagodas, very possibly under other buildings, but also, I suppose, possibly hidden somewhere else. Here we have yet another symbol. After we hit this. Well, good news is I know which ones that matches to. But we've got 5 more of these bonus matchboxes before it would tell me how many puzzles in total. My assumption would be to go ahead and just assume that there's somewhere between 90 and 100 in this area. Get another shape. And yet, I'm still not sure if that area is part of the Dryads in the Mist area. Yes, it is. And there goes all my markers. There's probably a way to mess with the map and get rid of bad markers in a better way. good place to look around and be a little bit more thorough. Doesn't seem like there's anything there though. I do think though that there are some sneaky hidden things. Oh wow. Tree just in my face but also despawned so I couldn't see it. Yeah. Can we get up there easily? Yeah, that wasn't too hard. That one over there is so big that I wouldn't be surprised if there is a like tiny red connecting one on some side of the mountain, and that the only way you can possibly solve that puzzle is by being far away from it at some specific angle. And I guess when you get down to like these areas, that's been solved, right? No. Interesting. All dark regions have 2, so we know that much is there. And we can't make a pattern, which means then that has to be a dark region, that has to be a dark region, that has to be a dark region, that has to be a dark region. Expand out everything. Okay. That means those 2 have to be a dark region. Nope. Those 2 have to be a dark region. And then either this is a dark region, which wouldn't work, so that has to be a dark region. And then if this is a dark region, that works. If that's a dark region, that works. I think both. What the heck just happened there? Why did it not automatically say it was done? Why did it not give me any points? Had I not done that puzzle, or is there some kind of mystery behind that puzzle? The fact that we know there are mysteries, even though we don't know what they are, does open up a possibility. On the other hand, I have a concern that maybe when they talk about puzzles resetting, they have implemented something to make puzzles reset. Which, yeah, that is a possibility, certainly. There's no reason, I guess. Nope, you've got to do that, don't you? Yeah. If puzzles just reset and then you can solve them again, but you don't get any points for them, I don't see a point in doing that. And if you were going to offer something like that, I definitely don't see a point in offering it early in the game. I would only offer that after doing all the enclaves, after getting to a point where you probably should see credits. Okay. Again, I guess you have to do that. Which that's going to lead to more things being revealed. Yeah. Inherently, you kind of know that if if you have to put one black, you have to make two blacks, and if you make two blacks, then you have to surround it by whites, which then just expands the puzzle. Which here, again, you have to do that. And that. And here, you have to do that. Which makes that white. And then it seems to me like there's multiple solutions here. But I'm guessing it's that and then that. I was wrong. See, at least that time it locked in, so I do know. Is that island part of this? It would be a crazy distance to travel to be part of it, but maybe it is. All we can do is fly, looking at the right. And if we see that we've left Dryads in the mist, we just turn around and fly back. Which, I guess that's almost a puzzle in a puzzle. Just knowing whether part of the island is part of it or not. Although, I don't really like that. I would prefer little dotted lines at the very least. It would just make a lot of sense to have just a little dotted line or area of influence or something more natural that would explain, make it visually obvious whether other parts of the area are part of the puzzle or not. Inherently, if you weren't doing matchbox puzzles, it may not be such a big deal, but since we are doing matchbox puzzles, it is a pretty huge deal. Still haven't found that piece either. I feel like I saw this piece somewhere. Sure would be nice. Oh my goodness. It is going to be crouching down. Which that just opens up a whole new world of finding the controller, the right controlling button. So anywhere it could possibly hold a cube. Maybe there is a minimum size on the cube. I would say there probably is. They're not going to screw you over and make a single pixel large cube. But yeah, there's the smallest cubes we've seen are probably going to be the smallest we ever see, and the largest ones we've seen are probably going to be about the largest we ever see. I can't imagine that there would be a lot of really huge cubes, matchboxes. The question is, can I make it over there? Because I want to just investigate areas. Continue moving around, continue looking under things. Is there possibly a cube? I was wondering if maybe there would be a cube under that, but I don't think there is. Nothing under here. This is the cube that had the cube inside the cube. Which that symbol does look similar to other symbols we've seen. Is it possible that there's a cube under that spot? There's a lot of visual stuff in the way. Hey, there was a whole other ring. Maybe rings would point me towards something. In a lot of ways, it feels like it's more of a case where that should happen. I don't really have a lot of faith that it will. It may very well be the case that I need to just wander on foot through areas. Okay, so I found the match there. Let's see if we can make sure we see it. Yep. It means there's only 3 remaining matchbox bonuses that need to be done. It doesn't inherently mean there's only 3 more matchboxes to do. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure I had solved this. I'm thinking what happened here is that because I exited out of the game, yeah. I'm thinking because I exited out of the game, the game has just reset things. That would be my guess as to what happened here. We'll keep fiddling with this. Yeah. So it is just a system where it has reset. And you know, this may straight up be a update that has happened in between running the game the last time and running the game now. That they may have decided to change how it's going to react and how it's going to reset. There's a couple options there. Either it's an update or it always worked that way when you exited out. This does feel like to hit this spot, at the very least, we're going to have to be in this corner. We may straight up need something like that. There's no way I'm going to be able to click. Well, I was able to click. Okay. Is it possible? I suppose it's slightly possible that I'm supposed to be on this platform so I can see that angle, and so I can see. It doesn't seem like I'm high enough to click on the cube at the top there. But I do suspect that is the match. Because inherently, if that's not the match, it's got to be either something way over here, or it's got to be something I can see. And I suppose that is an interesting question to ask, as far as just if I'm standing in the Dryads in the Mist puzzle and I make a matchbox match by hitting two matchboxes that happen to be in completely different areas, would that still count as a Dryads in the Mist matchbox puzzle? Yep. I think everything is telling me that those are the two pieces that match. Okay. Regardless, I do think we are at a point where I don't think there are a ton more puzzles in the middle here. Let's see. There's a green here. There's, I think, a green there. Suppose it is worth asking the question, is there, from this angle, a cube? Well, there is a cube here, so we should mark it at least. Well, seems like you have to get a high level of precision if you're going to click on the box there. So, yeah, maybe again, this is a case where this piece is supposed to match up with some other piece that is in maybe that area. The symbols are different. And the annoyance here is inherently I get 3 more matchbox puzzles solved Best case scenario, that's the last remaining 3 Matchbox puzzles. Worst case scenario, it tells me there's actually dozens more. I definitely feel like I'm probably losing. I'm going around in circles and just removing markers as I place other markers. Hey, I've seen that shit before. That symbol, by the way, we have seen before on the other side of the mountain. If we've seen that one, it's just a matter of remembering where we saw it. No, that one doesn't match. Wouldn't it have been interesting if something had happened there by flying through the tops of the... Yeah, flying to the top of these arches. Maybe if that had triggered something, that would have been interesting. Okay. I want to get up to that island. Have I ever gotten up to that island? No. Is there really a way to even get to that island? Or is that island actually just this? That would be my guess, is that that island is not related. So if something's gold, yeah, it's been solved already. Well, I see a ring. How am I supposed to reach it? Let's go into third person mode. I also have a marker here, which I don't believe is actually marking anything. And I think was supposed to be the marker here. Okay, so what would be the trick to reaching extra height? I think the trick is you have to actually fly and glide from a much higher location. So that's quite the precision. That's quite the amount of precision you need to fly. I really don't have a lot of faith that this is the spot in which I would make the match from this island. If anything, I would suspect maybe from this island you could have seen two spots, made a match. But I'm not even really seeing anything marked that would line up with that. And then, yeah, there's definitely going to be a question as to just how did I get to that spot before. I knew I'd been over there in that area before. Let's see. Let's double check something over here. The symbol on this one is that. Have to hold it until the crosshairs show back up. Definitely it's the case that they're intentionally making some of these difficult to see. But I'm not sure if they're intentionally making them obstructed, in the sense that you can't see them at all. Because yeah, that's just not working. It kind of feels like what you should do is put the markers next to, but not too close. I think it's just like the exact pixel. This implies to me this is not the way to do this. Right, well, that symbol is not this symbol. Anyways. Yeah, you'd kind of think it might be somewhere around here. That would make sense. But you can't see any lower islands down here. We definitely are losing momentum. Or probably more accurate to say we've lost momentum. Is there any possible way we could see that shape? How did we get up there? It must be that you just get to the top of the mountain and then you fly and glide. It definitely feels like you should be able to hit this mountain and get to the top of this mountain a couple different ways. It wouldn't be a terrible idea if there was a jump. Well, this looks like it's something I totally missed. Alright, well, at least that gives us something different to do. Yeah. Okay. This could connect to a 6, could it? Let's see. If there was one here and one here instead, that would be 5, then that would be 6, and that would be 7. So that tells me no, this can't connect. Which tells me not really too much. 6, 7, 8 would work there. But all dark regions must be of 2. How in the world do we pull that off? Is that right? Yes, it is. So that's what's gonna make this whole situation fairly intolerable, is that it needs 2s. I guess a 4 there does kind of highlight what is gonna go on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna quickly find that there is just gonna be a pattern here. Perhaps less of a pattern than I thought. 6. We're gonna do 8 that way. Then we would have to do that. And that looks like that has worked its way perfectly. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing for more of logic puzzles, or of anything, frankly, other than matchbox puzzles would be welcome. From this angle, I don't see how I would hit anything new from this angle. I can see that one symbol, And I can see another symbol. There's another ring. Just trying to look around and see if there's something I might be missing. Inherently, these matchboxes feel like they, just because of the name on them, they need to be glowing on fire to stand out way more in, well, let's see. Yeah. They need to stand out way more compared to the background. Still, I think, unable to really hit any of the boxes. I'm just getting further and further away from them. So it's hard to believe that the move is to and clearly I've kind of rushed in this whole area because there is rings and things that I'm missing. Yeah, and I just don't see any way you would be able to solve this area had you not gotten the update that gives you multiple map objectives. You basically have to take that. Let's see. Probably should be taking something else too, but I'm gonna save my sparks for the moment until I know what I should be taking. Okay. The last time we saw this symbol, it was on the other side of the mountain where you couldn't possibly have clicked on it. Unless this is supposed to be the lesson learned, is that sometimes you click on the same matchbox twice. Which I don't think that's the lesson they're trying to teach. Because that would be a really dumb lesson to teach. Trying to look under here and around. This definitely feels like this is just the end, but it also gives off a interesting element here that there really is just no end to this level, unlike other levels, other enclaves, where there definitely has been distinctive end spots. So am I supposed to just go over to those islands? I think maybe I am. Would be at least something different. It also kind of makes sense. We've already solved that one. And that's a difficult one, so I definitely don't want to end up trying to solve it twice. How could you reach those islands, though? Or even this island? Yeah. There's just... it's just no way. it's too high. There would have to have been some secret to it. So this time on this cube, there is not a red cube inside of it on the top, at least. We can say that much. You're so far away, there's no way. So what I want to do is check any surfaces. Make sure that there isn't a red cube on one of the edges. It's also covered in grass. Okay. So yeah, everything screams that this is your target spot, and that you find the other piece somewhere else. Probably, one could assume, on this island. So let's search the grounds. Keep our eyes downward. There definitely is a level here where this could be way too difficult if it was hidden inside trees. I'm guessing this game has very little consideration for possibly running this game with less foliage to save on processing and graphics. I'd assume every single bit of foliage is depicted in some way. It might be depicted at a lesser state, less quality, but I don't think we'd start to see grass and trees disappear. If we did, then it definitely would be a speedrunning strat to lower the settings that you can lower to make the least amount of foliage appear. Hey, well, we definitely gave it a decent try. Come on. We have no less than 5 matched, marked. To me, that tells me there can't be too many. And I guess actually we have 6 marked, if I really think about it. This symbol. That symbol. This is the one that really gets me. That symbol. That's a green diamond. That's not. That's a red. Yeah, looking for a red diamond. It would somehow match. You have this little floating island. On this floating island, can I hit the green diamond? Yes. Should probably just make a map. That'd be the wise thing to do. Had I just hand made a map a while ago, that probably would have helped. This is interesting. There's a little platform here. And it seems to not lead to anything. Okay, I can just maybe barely click on the green diamond there. That symbol, yeah, I think I know where that symbol matches to. That symbol, got it. Now it's different. Darn it. It's not that one. And apparently I can't hit that one from that angle. I can't hit that one from that angle. Is there any way this game could help me? Let's ask that question. Any trick? So inherently, if this, it can't really be connected to those, because those are just way too low. There has to be just a red cube. I'm totally missing. And that weighs down, which means my angle in which I could even see that should be very limited. Well, the good news is I found it. At least that's one more. It is hidden on the underside. So how do we get it? Okay, yeah, just do that. And that. Okay, two more. So we should be able to pull this off. And I think the lesson to learn here is that more often than not, if you're struggling to find where it goes, probably goes to a location that's very close. Close, but around the corner. So if that is the case, move is to be cautious and look around. Make sure we're looking upward also. I do feel like the game has probably run out of music, and that's kind of a sucky situation. That's almost certainly why music just keeps cutting off. It has not enough variety and not enough songs. Excuse me as I once again adjust the keyboard and mouse. This all seems fairly viable. That would match something over here. If I can just find that something. No, now it's being blocked. Everything in my instincts is telling me that the puzzle cube should be somewhere around here. Which that would just pop me back up there. And you can't reuse cubes. It just says it is already solved. And you're just looking on the exact edge of this wall section, and there's clearly not anything standing out. If there was a matchbox way over there, you would think you could see it. Just gonna fly around. See if that reveals anything secret. I do think crouching down's not going to play as big of a role as a could have. Here we have a tree that is floating and glitched. Of course, the problem with any kind of series like this, where you start to get stuck and you're just wandering around, is that there's very high possibility somebody else may have already figured out where the item is, or I may have walked past it and not even paid it any attention. There's a lot of room for dumb mistakes, which would be irritating to a certain percentage of viewers, certainly. Yeah. Don't know how you really correct for that. Is there possibly a cube just on the edge? What was making a sound effect here? Is it this? The instant respawn when we fall off the edge definitely to me is an indicator that the game isn't like reloading anything, so any glitch to that point. It's crazy that there's so many of these different boxes and yet none of them line up. It really is an indication to me that, hey, we found one. Yeah. Can we get rid of the marker now so it doesn't act as a distraction? Guess if we mash. So look up in trees for cubes. If we saw it, that happen once, it's probably going to happen the second time. Just one more matchbox, and then we'll at least know a number as far as how many puzzles are left. Although, if we just found another arch, it does imply to me that there's probably a decent amount of places I haven't walked and have just jumped and glided my way. There's probably a number of places where I've rushed to, and that probably has led to mistakes being made. look up in the trees in this section. There's a decent chance that there isn't a cube in any of the trees in this section, because that would just be hard cubes to connect. There's a lot more trees in this area. If you were supposed to perhaps line up your view so you could see that box, and that was supposed to be some kind of hint as to where the other box is, that'd be nice, but I don't think it's going to work that way. Too many things. See, these trees over here, highly less likely to have cubes on them just because they are less flowery. You would think that these higher angles would also help in some way. So there's at least 2 matchboxes there, and then 2 different matchboxes here, and then 1 there. When we go back this way, this is an area where the trees are more full out, so it would make sense that there's a cube in the trees. I haven't been completely oblivious to the possibility. Actually, I think that one connects. Can't really figure out a way to do that though. That one connects to that one. So I need to find a spot where I can get further to the right to hit that. As far as that one is concerned though, I don't think I've seen its companion cube, I guess to use a portal term. Oh, there could... See, it would make a lot of sense for there to be a cube right there, where the ring would point you directly to look at it. No, nothing's there. At least as I can find. This game is making me yawn. Using a lot of energy looking around here, mental energy. Can't just turn my brain off and run and gun. be a case where there's a cube in one of the trees. Like over here. Even. Although that would be kind of hard to believe. Okay. Can I hit this one from this angle? I imagine not. I imagine the move is not to go even higher. Should check the ground also. It definitely on these taller trees also feels like you could have a cube in the tree and still not be able to see it. Okay, I can get that one from this angle. Can I hit? No. That's not what I wanted to do. There's no way I'm gonna be able to hit it from there. And that's kind of the weirdness here too, is that it does just feel like I couldn't really remember where things are. Wow. So there are 7 remaining. Locations to match. So there's 108 puzzles in this area. And you know what? I think makes a lot of sense to not be picky here and move on to the next thing. I have no idea where that symbol is supposed to go to match that symbol, and I have no idea where that symbol is supposed to go to match that symbol. So there's probably a hidden ring or some other object too, if I was to venture a guess. Either in a hidden arch or a hidden ring on top of these 3 puzzles, having 3 companion cubes that I have no clue where they would go. See, I can't hit that one so I don't think that's the right symbol. Yeah, those are different symbols. Completely. Okay, so with that, let's just teleport to the pearl. Let's come over here, claim our prize of 500 sparks, solve 30 cubic puzzles. For 2,000, that seems like a lot. This is a rare luminous quest, so we should accept that quest. So there are rare daily quests that aren't so much daily quests. Okay. Then as far as upgrades go, should be able to upgrade something. I think it's going to be music grid stuff that we're going to do, so I'm going to take that upgrade. And I'm just going to potentially be nightmare. The phase and the melody. Phasic dials. That is where we are going next. So I should have upgraded that. And that. Whatever. I don't think it really is going to matter too much. Also, with the multiple quest markers now labeled, I'm going to have these cursors pointing me in different directions in ways I would prefer them to probably not point me. And there's still very little reason to try and do anything. What is this? Fly through the rings. Okay. A significant amount of that. That's a new puzzle type, glider rings. I imagine we're not going to run into too many of those. I imagine not a lot of anything new is going to happen. I can see how the dial rings might be a way of adding one more small bit of movement puzzles. But yeah, you really don't want to get too distracted in the overworld. And you really can't get too distracted in the overworld, unfortunately. Like, it probably would have been wise about 40 minutes ago if I had come back into the overworld and just solved different puzzles. And I definitely should keep that in the back of my mind if I am starting to get frustrated with anything, but this is some high-level cubes, but why not? Let's do it. Okay. Exactly one symbol per cube. Mark only what is definitely true. There are 30 tiles remaining. See, But I'm thinking here, and I don't know why this would be considered true, is that you would do something like that. And then that says that at best you could go 1, 2, 3 white here, 1, 2, 3 white here, or 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, which means that, and that are all black. And I guess this is a case where you also are possibly able to solve the soul puzzles without moving, just clicking from one place to another. Okay. Was definitely true here. There's no way this 4 is going like here and then here. I mean, it could though. Anything could happen. See, the weirdness here is this feels like this is following some other logic. Exactly one symbol per light area. So then, yeah, I guess this extra rule changes it. So I need to pay attention to that. And then that tells me there's no way this is going to curve around. So that has to be white. And then this could be white. And this could be white, but this has to be black. This has to be black. This has to be black. And this has to be black. This has to be black. This could be white. This has to be black. Well, I guess if I was going to solve it without moving, though, I would have to stand in the middle. Okay. So the point here is going to be to draw things that are impossible. This can go this far and still be a 5, so that has to be black. This could also, though, go that way, and that would be 4, and then that would be 5, and that would be 5. I don't think anything would make any of those reach that distance. And even if it did reach that distance, then I could say it can't reach that distance, and it can't reach that distance. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't reach that distance either. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could reach that distance. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5. Can't reach that distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, 4. This is all about just keeping the count correct. Let's see. So this isn't going to be that difficult, it's just going to be a matter of evolving on that same theme. 3, 4, there. There. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. There. There. So we can do that much. 4, 5, 6. At a certain point, this is just going to start becoming patterns. 5, 6. One of these is wrong. So somewhere in this, you can go. Now, you'd have to spend a lot of extra time, I guess, standing. So all of those can be true. And at 11, then this would just be 10, 9. All of those can be true. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. See if that is true. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Three remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what would the 3 other places be that it couldn't go? I don't get it. It does seem like you could draw a snaking line. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to that spot. But it's telling me that there are 3 other places. Oh, there are things we can also assume here, like that and that. And since we are assuming that, yeah, this could be 9, then this could be 10, and this can be 11. We shouldn't assume that. We can assume that. And that gives us a new insight. Okay. Best case scenario, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That tells me can't hit those, can't hit that. Now, what else can we guess here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't hit that. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't hit that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't hit that. Is there any scenario here where we come from the top? Well, because I'm suspecting that this has to be white. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is not possible. It's probably a little too early to be making guesses. Is there a possibility that I could go this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Let's go with the foresight. Apparently I can't get a 9 here. Is that true? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, well then that's what I missed. Okay. In this case, it'd just be easier to mark this in. No, it isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Regardless, that means that those can't be connected. There's just no way you're going to get it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Play around with it instead of bothering to actually think about things. Okay, 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Draws that symbol. And then draws that symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then you start here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from the 4 spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems like I could go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then I can't, I think, go any further in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, so one of these is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be doable, which means that should be doable, which means that should be doable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Then 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stopping there. Stopping there. Stopping there. 5. Yep. And then 5 should fill in there. It should fill in there. should fill in there. That one and that one also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Now I guess there are 3 remaining, and I would go ahead and just assume that I have to make these 3 white, because if I went white here, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Get closer. Or take a step forward and get a Marvelous. We are making progress towards our goal of reaching out, and honestly, I guess this is the puzzle area. I didn't realize that it was. Okay. With 11, I don't know if we know the same thing. Like, let's make an assumption here and see that that puts us at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. It says we're already wrong. And we have 4 extra things. I don't get it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should stop there. 8, 9, 10, 11. Should stop there. So is there some other way this could have happened? This could work. See if it went that way. 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah, I see. If it went up here, then let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wouldn't change anything. If this went this way instead of here, then 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's just use a foresight. Oh, I see what we've done wrong here. I marked it when I shouldn't have, and that was preventing me from getting it right. So yeah, I tried to be lazy and it backfired on me completely. So that, I imagine, was actually a challenge and not the location we were looking for, which is actually over there. And I pretty well should have known that, considering that there wasn't a character talking to me. Which, that's a default hint. Okay. This definitely seems like that needs to go. And then what? If you do that, that totally screws you over. If you did that, that would totally screw you over. Only thing that might work is doing that. And then I guess you could do that. But nope, that also messes it up. Guess doing something like that might work. But how would I get this into the right spot? Only thing that makes sense there is that. Then we need to swap that with that somehow. Which I guess maybe you can do that. Maybe do that. Then what? That. Yeah, let's forget it. Increasingly, I think I am just going to start giving up on puzzles, just in the effort to save time. Really want to do the enclaves first. The Royals Garden filled me with beautiful thoughts and delightful insights, but I yearned for more. She stepped out from behind the clouds, a being I could not have imagined, one who could move mountains or crush them into sand. She asked, "What more would you like to know?" I'm also noticing over here we have what seems to be some kind of different kind of puzzle that's locked. So, basic dials. The basics in the melody. So what I'm looking for here is for the phasic dials to really make up for a probable lack of ability that I'll have. As far as melody puzzles. And it looks like we're going to also have some orb and some sky drops. Sky drops. Probably not going to be too difficult. Although there is always that danger that some of the sky drops are way over there. What's interesting about this is now that this area is awakened, I'm noticing how it would have been very difficult to get from that point to this point unless there's a jump panel. So they probably intentionally are locking things. There seems like there's 2 flow orbs. So that won't be too many of them. And completing them may just require doing them at some small level on the getting a bronze on them. Right, let's try the phasic dials. Okay. So my assumption here is that you click one and it rotates, and we're not sure if they're all going to rotate in the same way, or if one button only rotates one thing. So this should be kind of easy. Super easy. And plus 20% score for solving in 35 seconds. Okay. It also tells me a bonus, which maybe means I've never gotten a bonus for any of the other things. And we are down to just 2 remaining things. 2 remaining puzzles, and then we will have seen all the puzzles in this game. Phasic dials, sightseers, flow orbs, music grids. Yeah, we are not even needing to look around for hidden things in this case. At best, we're going to be looking for hidden sightseer sections. So this is going to be a really short experience, although I imagine I'm going to be proven wrong about that. There's another flow orb. Okay, well, let's just solve these quickly then. Yep. Okay. %40 score. So yeah, the move here is just going to be to click things quickly until they are lined up correctly. The number of symbols is going to equal how many times it's turned. So that's going to get intriguing. It's funny, the exact right angles back here. So now getting on the pagodas is all about lining up your perspective for sky drop puzzles, I guess. We don't really have to look on the underside of them. Okay. So it's kind of late in the game to introduce these puzzles for as simple as they're going to be, because there's kind of no way to mess them up. The worst thing you could do is hit the button one too many times, I guess, and if you hit the wrong button one too many times, you'll just be in a bad position. Sorry, alarm clock going off. Reminder alarm clock. But yep. It really is just going to come down to time. Oh, this is a flow orb. I thought for a second that was a sky drop. Okay. Let's not do the flow orbs at the moment. Let's do all of these first. Okay, the move here is to figure out what one needs adjustment and adjust that one, which in this case it was the yellow. These are nice symbols, not amazing, but good enough. They are reused symbols, so maybe these symbols lead to some kind of code system. Yeah. Whatever is the odd man out. In this case it would be the red. And then this time it's the green after that point. And then it's the yellow. And in that case it was literally just click the left, then right, then right, then right. Several times. You would expect that puzzles like this would have a higher level of challenge being introduced so late. If they don't have a higher level of challenge, then it just gives off the feeling that these were ideas that couldn't grow past a certain point in difficulty. In this case, I have to move around the red till it lines up in the same pattern as that one. Nope, I have to line up both the red and the green. So is the blue wrong? Yeah, it is. Okay. Messed this one up. This one's more complicated because it is a combination of factors that have to play a role here. Let's see. There should be a way to do this. But it is going to involve going back and forth. Is there a difference in numbers here? Yeah, there's only 4 here. And I imagine that is playing a role. And the 3 here. There's a whole bit of math there. I could have probably thought through that and done that. I guess that's just a perfect example of where I should have held my tongue, because now it is throwing some difficult things at me. Well, green is isolated here, so yeah. If we click on this, we're never going to line up that. So we're going to have to go all the way around again. Some of this is going to just be clicking a lot. I could see that getting annoying. Or at least unchallenging. I asked her to share all that can be known, all the knowledge of the ages, but I am no god. When she finished uttering the words, I forgot almost everything. So how many of these more do we need to do? Yeah, several more. Is there any move here that makes sense? I think this one here almost certainly doesn't make sense. And this one doesn't make sense. Yeah, of those options, this was the only one that actually mattered. I think. I'm not really seeing any sightseer challenges yet. So, okay, now all of these are different. We need probably one of those and one of those. And then if we did that, and then that, and that, that, that. We really don't have enough sparks though to upgrade, so I'll probably have just the right amount of sparks. Yeah, that's never going to work apparently. I'm not even really thinking about it, I'm just clicking buttons quickly. Which at a certain level that is probably the exact move to do. Might as well grab the, I guess these are sky drops. I guess perhaps this might have been the first time that we've also had this may have been the first time we've ever been forced to do scenic trials. We are up to a higher level and our masteries are filling in fairly nicely. Let's take that bonus. Although, maybe it would have been smarter to take the bonus for the music grids. I should probably take this bonus at some point. Moving this faster doesn't make a lot of sense because I don't think that actually gives you a bonus for finishing the rolling block challenges, which there aren't that many of them anyways. Yeah, far too many of these upgrades just give you more sparks to get more upgrades. Which, yeah, it's not a good system. I could say the exact same thing for customization here. Too, just not really a great system. But let's not spend too much time here. Did those. What's the difference visually between one that's been finished and one that hasn't been finished? The edges glow a golden hue, I think. I'll have to find one that's not finished yet. There's only 6 or 5 more of them. Yep. Okay. And yeah, I can definitely tell I'm going quiet while solving these, but it's the right move. It's totally the right move. Wow, some of these sky drops are very low to the ground. Okay. Start with that. This one on the left here, it's not going to matter. This one's going to have to go all the way around again. Yeah, it's locked in a way that there's only one way this will work. And that won't do anything because these are the same number. So we need that. Some of this has to do definitely with just division. What numbers divide into other numbers. Oh, those aren't sky drops orbs, are they? Yeah, it would make a lot more sense if the sky drop orbs and the dash orbs looked significantly different. I mean, really, it should just be a case that one is silver and one is gold, or one is bright purple and or something. Gotta get it just right. This definitely is just going to be a race downward once we get to the top. For a brief moment, I glimpsed the depths of all knowledge. As I faded back into myself, I held on to a single memory from that experience. I saw that simple ideas lie at the core of complexity, and that is what came to define me. I think that's probably not true. I think there is room in the universe for very complex ideas to start complex and only get more complex. And relatively speaking, I imagine complexity is a matter of opinion, and what is complex to one person may not be complex to another, or what's complex to one species might be not complex to another. So, odd man out here. Let's see. Gotta go this way. Yeah, I think it probably is a bad mistake to think that you can break down major things like string theory or quantum entanglement into something so simple that even a baby could understand it, because then you're probably breaking it down so much that you're not actually explaining it properly. I think there's a quote from maybe Einstein or somebody that says, if you can explain something simply, you probably don't understand it well enough. Chromatic drops. Okay. Find some chromatic sky drops. Where would you be hiding chromatic sky drops? Maybe over here? You see any? There aren't any around. Oh, here's one. I think a lot of these are things you're supposed to target from above. Guess we haven't solved this one. I'm thinking that if I just keep clicking this, it would lock in, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. So let's go around again until blue is locked in. It doesn't seem to be working again, so let's go around again until blue is locked in. You really don't have any other option. Is something being moved other than blue? No. Yeah, I don't imagine you would have gotten that one done any faster than that. Because I think I actually figured out the trick there and it still didn't matter. Okay, greens are going to play a role. And then, let's see. definitely doesn't feel to me like there is a guaranteed fast way to solve a lot of these basic tiles. Does just kind of seem like what is going to happen is going to happen, and is there a way that 6 gets divided by this? Again, I'm just goofing around with it. You know, if I am solving it in any mental way, it is 100% subconscious. Is there a way to get higher? Do we need to get higher? I think we do. We're gonna get these other sky drops. Alright, well. Go. It's one of those done. Where did we need to start on these? There's a lot of them. We can't take one sightseeing quest without dropping another. So, start with this one, I guess. I think this one, if I was to guess, is that away. There's an island, but I don't think that's the island. I think what this sightseeing quest has more to do with this time is just having you remember what you've seen. Yeah. Just remember the locations that you've been on the lower part of this. Ask about this one. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and lose on that one. Guess I have to look downward. I don't see that lining up from that angle. It does kind of feel like, though, you could do this and hit that one, fly, hit that one, hit that one, fall down there. Fall down there. Which one did I miss? At a certain level, like, do I kind of care if I get gold or not on them? I don't think I do. Yeah. Yeah. Particularly if the game is not going to, like, remind me on the map where these flow orbs are. I could definitely see it just being kind of a pointless extra endeavor for bragging points. And yeah, I guess maybe if this was if I was playing on the online mode and trying to compete for some kind of leaderboard type score, I might go through the hassle. But if I'm just playing single player, I don't think it's worth it. And we haven't done any of the rhythm puzzles, and I think it all just starts here. So my guess is that you do all the rhythm puzzles here. 10 music grids. And sightseers. Oh, we have the angle. We just need to get it right. So yeah, there's some flow orbs. There are some other things. Let's see if we can do this flow orb. One. That way, that way, that way, that way. Are there any that way? No. So it is this. That was nothing. Nothing at all. I want to just look around to make sure there aren't any sky drops. Although if the trees are all over you, you pretty much are given a guarantee there that that's not the place for a sky drop. At a certain point here, you're going to want to just start to run. just to save time. Do we wrap around? Do we get up to that point? It looks like we do, but maybe we don't. Yeah, you do. You can definitely see where they felt the need to add the gliding as an ability into this game. It would be quite the hassle without it. Interesting that there's a broken fence here. Probably doesn't mean anything. Did we... Can we do this one? Yep. I imagine this is just run around in circles. I missed it. Yep. You can't make it that way. So there's only one possible solution. Thought there might be a lore giver there. Well, the higher the score, the more sparks you get. So I guess there is a slight reason why you would want to do it again. But I guess that is going to heavily come down to whether you need the sparks or not. And we know you're not going to need the sparks in the long run. I'm gonna, unless they unlock some higher level of unlocks, and I don't even know what those abilities would be as far as unlocks. You're gonna end up transferring all of your effort to get sparks to unlock abilities into efforts to collect sparks to get customized costumes in the customization feature that is absolutely pointless in my mind and only produces hideous seeker characters that don't look like humans and thus are not particularly relatable, nor are they important in my mind at all, even if they are non-human looking. Again, if you buy into the MMO nonsense factions of this, elements of this game, then maybe customization does make sense because you would want to show off to other players. But at a certain level, if you were going to show off to other players, you'd want to show off in a puzzle game how many puzzles you'd solved and your high ability to solve puzzles. And while getting a bunch of sparks, I suppose, does prove that you can solve some puzzles, it doesn't get into enough details that it screams that you're really good at puzzles, particularly since I imagine you could brute force your way through a lot of the puzzles in this game. There's still 5 sky drops to be found. Feels like a lot. Definitely feels like a lot. I wonder. I forgot that I have this jump high ability. Yeah. You would have needed to have unlocked that to get everything here. I am noticing that that is becoming more and more of a factor. That your ability to unlock things are based on the jump high ability. I think some of these sky drops would disappear instead of just glowing white. I kind of have the feeling that this is kind of a bad mix of puzzles. Maybe melodies, the melody blocks will balance it out some more, but it does just kind of feel like the phasic dials and the sky drops and the rushes are not synergizing as much with each other. Apparently there's one more orb flow in this area, at least for the bonus, and then 3 more sky drops, and so yeah, we didn't manage to. Did we get this one? No. So this is the one, I guess. So my guess is I'm supposed to probably run this way, this way, this way, and that way, in and out of those curves. Probably could have done that a little bit faster. Particularly if I had a controller. Yeah, that's gonna be my complaint always, is that I feel like my controller experience here would have been way different if this supported controller. Just an Xbox controller. And I would be moving and spinning around a lot better. Although in fairness, that may very well be not true. It comes down to just how well it's really programmed in a lot of cases. Cliff probably is something of importance. This definitely feels like This is supposed to line up this way. But I'm having a hard time seeing any of them line up. I really don't understand the bonus systems in this. It seems to me like what they're telling you is that there is a really easy requirement, perhaps far too easy, to finish an enclave, which just asks you to do a bare minimum of the puzzles. Then there is a medium difficulty requirement. Good news is I figured out where to stand. Bad news is I fell off the edge. Yeah, then there's like a medium difficulty requirement, which is the bonus puzzles. And then there's a hard difficulty requirement, which is the 100% of it. So did I get all of those eliminated? No. Which tells me there's another one from a different angle. And from the angle it looks like, I would have to guess you're looking upward. Yeah. That means that there's even another one. Yeah, they are intentionally putting the sky drops next to each other. I suspect you're looking down on that one. A lot of walking around. Okay. Little alcoves of trees and things. I would suspect that's wrong. For a few reasons. You have to stand right on the ledge. Weirdly, it says there are 4 more sightseers. I saw maybe 2 for the bonus. I would assume that there are possibly only 4 more sightseers. Okay. Looking for a red tree. I think it's over here. That was the guess. Looking for a red tree alone is not wise. find the right angle. Or just get close enough, I guess. And let the game lock it in. Honestly, I kind of prefer the thought of letting the game lock it in. Probably shouldn't move if I already saw it glow gold. Anyways, it means I'm close enough. Well, we're in a weird position here, I guess, because I guess there are some extra sightseers. There are two more sightseers and extra sky drops is what I should have said. There's the music puzzles, which we'll do in the next episode. And yeah. I don't know if there's really too much else that's gonna be on this island. Seeing these bluish pearls that you're supposed to chase around look too much like the sightseer things. It's very weird. Like, it doesn't make any sense other than just bad game design that you would have so many items that have the same kind of color palette and they're so easily confused for the others, or items that look similar. Like this music grid should almost certainly not just be a blue box. It should probably be something completely different. I would assume in the shape of a musical note, but I mean it could also be a pyramid or hourglass, anything really, just to differentiate itself from other grid puzzles, which the massive amount of all the gameplay content in this game is grid puzzles. We're making good progress, I guess. There are still 3 other enclaves for Autumn Falls, and then after Autumn Falls there's 2 more locations, and then there's just a massive amount of stuff still we know. As far as upgrades are concerned, we can't afford this one, and we won't be able to afford this one before we do the music grids, which would have been the one reason not to do the music grids. Mastery is just going up and up and up. We're at expert level as far as the logic grids go, and then we are at novice level as far as music grids go, because that's just the thing we've seen the least of. As far as the encyclopedia goes, there are only 2 more things it seems like to actually find as far as puzzle types. As far as grid rules go, there's still a decent amount of those to find. And then as far as insights go, we have a decent amount of those to find. And I imagine we will find them all. And I imagine that getting all of the insights might be what we have to use to determine whether we've really finished the game or not. Like, at a certain point, particularly if the game does not bother to give you a map of where certain things are, whether where lore givers are or where puzzles are, then I would have to potentially use a map or something. As far as customization goes, we haven't unlocked anything new. The only thing that we possibly maybe have unlocked is some kind of costumes. Yeah. I think that's pretty much the only thing we would have possibly unlocked is costumes. And we probably have only unlocked one or two costume thing anyways. And yeah, we don't really have any reason to go back to the main area of the first or second section yet, but we will eventually get to that point. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and keep on watching.